baby Eleanor, 3 days old, wrapped against her mother, Cassie, who was beaming with pride. And I was so struck by Cassie's trust and bravery, bringing this, and also her commitment, and moved by her commitment, that this would be a place that she really wanted to share and to show off her new baby and to welcome her new baby not only to the world, but to this community. So soon, bringing that child out into the world. Just a couple logistical things if you haven't found your way around the campus. There's a couple of restrooms across the patio on the left, and there's a water refill and water fountain. You need to refresh yourself. Lots of places to sit on campus or to walk the labyrinth for peace and solace, and we'll be on the labyrinth together as we close this service as well. Okay, I'm going to carry on. So I was talking, for those of you just arriving, a little bit about that first day that Cassie brought baby Eleanor, she was only 3 days old, here to Unity, and being so struck by that she wanted her baby to be out in the world, be in community right away. And now that I've learned a lot more about Cassie, I see, well, that's exactly who she was. That she wouldn't have had it any other way. She was a brave force of life, and community was absolutely vital to her. But how could it be? I know many of us have asked ourselves, how could it be that this young 32-year-old woman with all this promise and being engaged to this amazing man, Daniel, and just having this new child, and then of course being mother to Eliza, and being so full of life. And a few people told me she seems especially happy these last few years. How could it be then that she's not with us now? You know, there's one thing to have the grief of losing somebody who lives their full life, right? But it's out of order for us. It's unexpected and it's out of order. And so it's understandable that we are rocked by that in a whole different way. So we're ultimately gathered here, though, as we begin to recognize why are we here. We're not so much gathered here because Cassie died. We're gathered here because Cassie lived. And we're here to celebrate her life. We're here to celebrate the ways that she moved us and inspired us and impacted us and walked beside us. And we know that for all of us, we have different stories of how that occurred for us, whether it was profoundly or briefly. Use this microphone. I think we have people online too, by the way. Welcome to our, ooh, wow. We're in stereo now. Welcome to our online audience. We are so happy to be able to stream this and have you included with us in this process. Do you want me to keep talking? Or you got it? Okay. I mean, I know you want me to keep talking. So today we might have tears of sadness. We might have tears of loss and frustration over that loss, or all the feelings that come with that. We might also have laughter and joy as a tribute to Cassie. And all of it is welcome here, no matter where we are in our process. We want to honor and honor our feelings and honor Cassie in our own way. And I believe that she would want that too. Grief is, after all, an expression of our love. Lariah, I'm sorry, but this is like not working. It's too echoey.
Okay, I need to go back to your other.
Okay, thank you. Better. So they cause in the world. So that life lives on. And we say it in many ways, and sometimes it sounds like platitudes, living on in your memory, she's living on. It's all true in our hearts, in our memory, in the ethers, in the ripples of life that continue on and on. So in honor of this beloved being who we have all come to love in some way, and for those ripples of life that continue, let's take a moment to pray together. To honor the long spiritual journey of Cassie's life, as many of us have explored and doubted and believed and wondered and tried on. We call forth the whole spirit of love, the God of many names, invoking that presence of love and peace to be with us now. Part of that whole spirit of love, some call the Holy Spirit, there is this holy comforter energy that comes with it, a mother energy, a nurturing energy, one that Cassie was in no way a stranger to. And so we call that in for ourselves, to be comforted now together, to be comforted by joining together in community, something that Cassie adored. And to hold a place of peace for Cassie's soul that continues to transition into its formlessness, yet just as vital, maybe more so, just as potent. To surround you and fill you, Cassie, with that peace that passes all understanding. We let each of our minds and hearts be filled with love on this day and every day forward. We remember the small things, moments together, and when we simply need support along the way, our doubts, our questions, our uncertainty, our confusion, our anger, our sadness. We give thanks for the soul, for the many ways that she touched us. Thank you, Spirit, for the opportunity to know her, to have been beside her for these 32 precious years in some way or another as she walked the earth. And we know, too, in the mystery of death, the mystery of life, on the other side of the veil that is perhaps a lot closer than we realize, she is with us there, too. Her beloved daughters, and her beloved Daniel, Alex, Debbie, Stan, Eleanor, brother, and all those friends and family who have not been named, loved her so. Thank you, Spirit, for blessing these little girls, Eleanor and Eliza, and blessing their fathers. Now we'd like to pay tribute to this amazing soul through a kind of moving meditation. These are images that Daniel selected and put to favorite music, set on one of her favorite backgrounds, tie-dye.
One look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true. to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. I get to love you. I get to love you. The way you love, it changes who I am. I am undone. Nothing God wants again. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. I get to love you. 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 And they say love is a journey. I promise that I'll never leave. The weight's too heavy to carry. Remember this moment with me. I get to love you. I get to love you. I get to love you.
My, oh my Lord, I just can't hardly wait. We've been worn down in the hardest ways. The long night's over, and I'm starting to believe I'm not as broken as some made me out to be. What makes a house a home? Been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. What makes a house a home? Time moves fast now, like tires on the road. But I don't mind it, I always dreamed to go. The long night's over, and I'm starting to believe I'm not as broken as some made me out to be. What makes a house a home? Been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. What makes a house a home? What makes a house a home? been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. What makes a house a home? Been running for so long, been running for so long. Been running for so long, been running for so long. What makes a house a home? Been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. Oh, I'm tired of being alone. My, oh my Lord, I just can't hardly wait. We've come so far through the darkest days. The long night's over, and I'm starting to believe I'm not as broken as some made me out to be. What makes a house a home? Been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. What makes a house a home? What makes a house a home? Been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. Oh, I'm tired of being alone. Been running for so long, been running for so long. I've been running for so long, been running for so long. When I met you, I couldn't let you. Oh, I'm tired of being alone. Been running for so long, been running for so long.
One look at you,
My, oh my Lord,
my whole life falls in line.
we've been worn down
I prayed for
the
you
hardest way.
before
Long
I
nights
called you
starting to
mine.
believe I'm
Oh,
not
I
as broken
can't
as some made
believe
me out
it's
to be.
true sometimes. Oh, I
What makes a house a
can't
home?
believe it's
Been running for
true.
so long.
I
When I
get
met
to
you, I
love
couldn't let you.
you.
What makes a
It's the
house a
best
home?
thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you.
Tires on low.
It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose.
to welcome this newborn Cassie Lynn Carter into our world, onto our earth, and into the arms of her parents, Margaret Hoffman and Tom Carter. And now, at least the way I see it, there's another gathering happening where she's being welcomed home on another plane by those who loved her on earth, including back into the embrace of her parents. Maybe now with an opportunity to get to know her mother even better. And so many others that might be welcoming Cassie at this point that we don't even know, people that are just coming to get to know her, to love her. I bet she's busy already building community, making connections, procreating, because that's who she was. As Daniel's mother, Kim, wrote really beautiful tribute, if you haven't seen it online, to Cassie. She said, Cassie was a bright and shining light who could live even the darkest night. Her laughter was infectious, her kindness, and she always knew how to make others feel seen and supported. Cassie's mother also made her transition or died, passed away, moved to the other side of the veil when she was only 3 years old. And Cassie's mother was also in her 30s and had a heart condition. And then when Cassie's father, when Cassie was 15 years old, she lost her father. So you can imagine that things were fairly challenging throughout her young life. But it seems that also she was met along the way by key figures, mother figures, and others who were there for her. Stacy, and particularly Debbie and her husband Stan, who took Cassie in high school. And after meeting Cassie, Debbie said pretty soon after, this girl is a survivor. Cassie was an early entrepreneur. When she needed extra money, before she could have a job, she was recycling bottles, she was selling candy bars. How I imagine that, I didn't get the full story, is that she was selling them as light markup, a convenience fee, you could call it, and selling them to her friends. I'm not sure if that was exactly what, that means affirming, that is exactly what happened. In high school, she was really determined and committed to get great grades and go to college. And so Debbie said that she would keep her grades in the front of her school notebook and her binder so she could see her achievements and keep that goal in front of her. And we see this in her stories throughout her life, the determination, the goals that she set for herself, for Eliza, and I imagine she would have for Eleanor and for her life with Daniel and so on, that she had a determination, a resilience to achieve what she set out to do. Alex and Cassie had Eliza together, and he said Cassie was an absolute champion. She fought for Eliza at every turn, and she didn't rest until Eliza had what she needed, whether they were special therapies or just services that were available, but you had to find them, you had to look for them, you had to research for them, find them that way, and then push for them and continuously advocate. And Cassie was tireless, fighting for Eliza. She made sure she homeschooled Eliza for a year, and she made sure that when Eliza did go to school that she had one-on-one aides. And all of that happened because she wouldn't give up. The doctors said that Eliza would never walk. Cassie was not having that. And so when Eliza was 3 years old, she had a gait trainer to start, kind of like a walker, if you know what that is, to help her start to begin to walk, to get strong anyway. And then in a photo album, Cassie wrote little messages to Eliza. Look, here you are in your gait trainer. Look what you can do. And then when she was 4, she had a scooter. Look how happy you are here. And she was 5, she learned to walk. And like any kid, Eliza loves a good run, too. Educators said Eliza couldn't have a tablet to communicate until she was in high school. Eliza thought that, or Cassie thought that was too long to wait. And you've probably seen 11-year-old Eliza communicating a lot. Cassie and her family holding that little tablet and using it. Alex said when Cassie had to go somewhere on Eliza's behalf, she would not miss that opportunity. And so there were times she didn't have a car, she rode a bike. And he said had she not had a bike, she would have walked. And it wouldn't have mattered how far it was that she had to walk. She was going to be there if there was something that she needed to take a stand for or to give voice to on Eliza's behalf. Cassie wrote to Eliza in that photo album, Eliza, you brighten my day. You make me feel uplifted and inspired. Your smile is my goal. I can see determination in your eyes, and I see frustration too. But don't ever give up. I believe you can do anything you set your mind to, and I will help you. Don't forget that. And I believe that Cassie is still available to help Eliza and her daughter, her new baby daughter, Eleanor. Even in death, Cassie will help these beloved daughters. Her determination, Cassie's, lives on in Eliza. It seems pretty clear. And I'm guessing it will live on in Eleanor too. In addition to being resilient, if you ask anyone, what was Cassie like? Every single person told me, very creative. Cassie was so creative. She was constantly creating in various ways. Debbie put it this way, she was fantastically creative. She painted, she made pottery, she made jewelry. Most of these things self-taught. Daniel said at one point she had an entire wall of crochet, of yarn, ready to be crocheted in every color you can imagine. Whatever that art form, she learned how to do it on her own. And she could turn out an excellent product in no time. And we mentioned the tie-dye background on the slideshow. That was a special favorite of hers. In fact, Debbie and Stan said, look out if you were wearing something white. Her eyes would light up, and she would say, I could tie-dye that. And she did a lot. Tie-dyed Eliza's socks, Eliza's t-shirts, lots of things were tie-dyed around the house. When Daniel and Cassie were early on in their dating, he was a knife maker. And in an early date, he showed her how to cut metal. And he said she was so excited to learn this new skill that she loved to learn something that was beyond the bounds of her current knowledge. Always pushing herself into new frontiers, into new ways of creating. Well, hello. Where are you headed, buddy? Sweet reprieves. Thank you so much. Cassie was involved in health advocacy. She was involved in creativity groups, no surprise. She was involved in mom groups, no surprise. And she found her way to Unity. And as I mentioned over and over, community, so important. Creating community, finding community, belonging in community, making a splash in community, making friends in community, connecting other people with one another, learning beside each other. She was in just many of the classes and study groups we offer here. Cassie would be one of the first to sign up. She found a soul resonance here, and she spent the last decade doing a lot of searching, as many people do. She tried on different churches. She questioned her own beliefs. She read about different things. She found her way. And when she came here, she said, yeah, this is spiritual home for me. This is a place that feels right for me. And she planted, she started to put down roots here. And Eliza loved it here too. Is that? Wow. somebody's spiritual community or to their ministry or the church something that you should say yes to, because it was a very personal offering, a very personal kind of share. And so when Cassie said, "Would you come with me to Unity?" he said, "I absolutely said yes." And he also said that that ended up opening up his own spirituality. And he attributes more of a spiritual focus in his life now to Cassie and to coming here. Shared spirituality is a solid foundation for a relationship. Many of us have experienced that or know that. And Daniel and Cassie were setting themselves up. You know, they were setting their home up. They were welcoming the new baby. They were planning a wedding coming soon. They were allowing themselves to settle in together. And they were noticing things about relationship that matter, that allow us to have a healthy and a happy relationship. And they were devoting themselves to that. I think Cassie would really enjoy all the children's cries. Life, right? You know, you think about this woman who is such a vital force of life and motherhood. What better sounds to have as our soundtrack here than the sounds of children and the movement of children. So we welcome it. It is no distraction. It's here with us. It's a part of it all, right? More Cassie showing up. Chaos, he says, chaos. So in a relationship, we find those complementary places, right? The places where we bring something and someone else brings something, and sometimes we're not crazy about how they do the thing they do, and we think the way that we do the thing we do is maybe the better way. And so finding that way around time, many couples can relate to this. Daniel said, "I was punctual, always punctual." Cassie, not so much. But he said that Cassie helped me in her time blindness. She helped me. She taught me to relax more. It's the little things that matter, you know, too. Daniel and Cassie noticed those little things and appreciated those little things about each other. The sweet things we do for one another to bring joy. He considered the way that she expressed with food to be one of these ways. She would not say she wanted a specific thing, like he'd say, "Do you want me to make you something?" And she would not say a specific food. Instead, she would describe the quality of the food. "I want something smoky," or "I feel like something spicy." And he said, "I love that because we're both creative, and I considered it part of our co-creativity that she gave me a prompt, and then I would go creative." On their last night together, he did exactly that. One of his favorite things he said was when she took a bite of something, she had that adorable smile. You knew that she was pleased. That night, Daniel made Cassie an egg sandwich with black garlic, cream cheese, and avocado. And when she took a bite, the adorable smile came, and he knew he had done well. And that, I imagine, Daniel, is going to be forever seared into me. Our blessings are with these two beloved fathers, Daniel and Alex, as they care for their daughters. I picture Daniel and Eleanor surrounded by Cassie's loving embrace, surrounded by her love, maybe sprinkled with a little chaos. But their journey of growing together in love and life is going to be a really powerful one, and fun one, and creative one, and resilient. And Eliza lives with Alex full time now. Her dad, Alex, just stepped down. He says he's going mastering the roller coaster of life, the ups and downs, the twists and turns and flips. She shows how to do it, how to love life fiercely and determinedly, even when it's difficult, beyond imagination. Even when somebody seems like they've gotten more than they should have to bear in a lifetime, to hold it and to face it with that kind of fierce love, that mama bear energy that she embodied. It's a inspiration for all of us in our own ways to take the things that Cassie gave us and the things we are learning today about Cassie, to take those into our own hearts and our own lives. And it's, I think, the finest way that we can bless her memory is to say, I too will embody this in my own way, in the ways that apply to my own life. Times in life, like a roller coaster, we feel turned upside down. And still, we can find our way to laugh, to throw our hands up in surrender, and to experience the joy. Kim wrote, Cassie's legacy will continue to shine through her girls and in the hearts of anyone who was lucky enough to know her. So true. I want to now open this up for those of you who might wish to share, and invite you to come up here. Do we use this microphone, or should we move to a handheld microphone? Okay. And if you know you want to speak, so the first person can come up. If you know you want to speak, if you come and sit. Did you want to say something? If you know you want to speak next, if you come and sit in these seats, if you're able, that would be helpful. It's helpful to our online audience if you come up here so everybody can see you and hear you. If you are not physically able to do so, just raise your hand and we'll bring the mic. But otherwise, I invite you to come on up. Is there anybody who wants to share? A simple memory, a short story, a reflection of any kind is welcome. Oh, come on up. Okay, see, you did want to come up. And there's a handheld mic. We need that up here. Yes, but we're going to give you a different microphone. We're having a little trouble with that one. Thank you. You can stand anywhere you want.
Okay. Hello. Well, I guess we're going first because Solari decided he had to be on this stage right now. I haven't quite thought of what I'm going to say, but Cassie was an incredible friend. I'm wearing this sweater she made for me here. And I was so excited to have babies at the same time, similar time, and this is such a loss, and I'm still kind of processing it, but a memory. So we had a lot of things we did together. She was always up for an adventure.
Here, I can hold them, I don't know.
Okay, that would be good. Thank you. So I first met Cassie, and she was so generous that she homeschooled my 2 kids for me for a year. The 2 that they're not here today. Now they're 7 and 8. They were 3, and they just turned 3 and 4. And they were crazy and wild. And she had them along with Eliza in her apartment in Bay Point. And we had so much fun. Like, when I picked them up, we would just, chat for, 30 minutes. And it was like a friend agreement. But it was just so generous of her, and it was a lot of work. And they had the best time with her. They did the, art projects every day, tie-dyeing. I got so much tie-dye stuff from her. Such a generous spirit, and the generosity just overflowed out of her. And then she was also, what was I gonna say? She was always up for an adventure. So we shared a sense of we wanted to be free spirits. We had these children with us, so we took the kids. We went to Yosemite. We went camping in winter. With snow piled everywhere. We rented a tent, and we had so many problems on that trip, but it was so much fun. My jacket zipper broke, and it was 0 degrees, and we lost our lock. We all these different problems, but everything was just really fun with Cassie. It was never sad, even though it was quite a challenging trip. We made the most of it, and we also took trips to, where did we go? Monterey. We took our kids to the aquarium together in Monterey, and we always would just laugh. We would just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And I remember the wall of the yarn and all the different colors, and I was so impressed by it. I was like, wow, you have so much yarn. And we had so much in common, and yeah, I'm just really gonna miss her. She was an incredible friend. Last thing I'm gonna say about Cassie is that she always listens to me, and she never put a time limit on it. And I always had a lot I needed to say. And she was just an incredible listener, and she never cut me off. She never said, this is taking too long, I have things to do. She always was just there for me, and she would always give me the most wise answers. I was thinking about, like, how is she so wise? Like, she would really, like, know how to guide me, but she wouldn't tell me what to do. And it was like, I used to call her, like, Dr. Cassie, because she was kind of like my therapist at times when I had these problems. And she was like, she was always there. She just never, like, never withheld that. She was always there to give to people who needed. And I really appreciated that and valued that about her. And I always tried to reciprocate the best I could, even though I feel like she was just so generous that was actually challenging. But yeah, I have so many tie-dye clothes. My son today, who's not here, he's wearing a shirt that she tie-dyed for him years ago. Still, he's wearing it today. And there's just Cassie, like, all around us. She just lives in us, and yeah, an incredible person. So, thank you.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm Barbara, and I miss Cassie so much. And thank you, Courtney, for your words, because it's so true. I think Cassie was a spiritual teacher and still is. And I happen to have a doctorate, but yes, Cassie would be my supervisor, the way I see it. She was my teacher. She was my spiritual teacher. And a true friend and sister at heart. When I had to have emergency surgery earlier this year, within a day or two, dental surgery, and I was on meds and I couldn't drive, Cassie drove me to the appointment that I needed to have. And she was in a lot of pain with her spine. She had surgery just maybe a month or two later. But she was there and she drove me, and that set me on my path to do what I needed to do. So this kind of unconditional care and love when I needed it most. So as Daniel knows, that Daniel and Cassie, you were my dream team in my bakery. So since I have a small bakery, Cassie's spirit is baked into every cell of my body and into my kitchen, and every single device in my kitchen has been touched by her. And so she's baked into my soul. But I wanted to leave with Cassie, and I co-created a lot of events together. And she helped design beautiful spaces with the art she collected and the art she brought and wisdom teachings that she brought. And at the last event we did together, I seem to remember it was a Valentine's theme or something, because then I had an injury and I couldn't do an event for a while. Another injury. And so she did this, and I wanted to read this to you. It's like a magic origami message. And there are 4 words on top, and then you can go in and see the message. So, and she created that with materials we had at the cafe that I did. And so one of them says compassion. And when you open it up, it says, and I invite you to take that in and see which of these messages resonate for you. Compassion. Your heart regulates the flow of your highest good, aligning with flow, opening to the possible. Thank you. Divine. You are more glorious, more stunning, and more powerful than you can even imagine. Continually resurrecting despite all circumstances. Thank you. dance. Your focus is a power source, amplifying and expanding what it perceives, creating the flow of your experience. Thank you. Truth. You carry with you the sword of truth and use your truth consciously. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I've known Cassie since Eliza was 3. I met her at my school. She is the most caring person, and so is Debbie. I still remember when my granddaughter, she can't have so many different things to eat, they bought her a special cake, and it was Eliza's birthday, but they got a little cake that was gluten-free, which nobody's ever done before for my granddaughter, so she was amazed. Daniel's been to my house. I've met Alex. My grandkids thought he was their dad. They look alike. But Daniel's been in my house. I don't let a lot of people into my house. Unfortunately, I like people, but at a distance, and not in my house. I've only had like 5 visitors, and I'm 62, going on 63, so I'm old. And that was another thing. Cassie and I became friends, and she didn't mind the age difference. My greatest sadness is she told me about the baby, did not tell me when she was pregnant. I didn't understand that. We were still talking and everything. All of a sudden, she shows me a picture of her and Daniel, and she's sitting like this, and he's standing there, and I'm like, did you forget to mention something? You asked me to make Eliza a backpack, but you didn't mention you were having a baby. She sent me baby pictures, and she told me how tired she was, so I didn't go visit. And you shouldn't let things wait till tomorrow, because you may not have it. Anyway, she was a lovely person.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Oh, come on up. And if you think you want to speak, come on up and welcome to sit up here. And you can be anywhere on the platform there.
My name is Hulda. I met Cassie at, I don't remember the name of the park in San Leandro in 2020 when we were illegally gathering in a public place without masks and da-da-da-da-da. And I would sing some of the songs that this situation provoked in me. My signature song for over a year was, I am healthy, aren't you too, me and you? Wake-up bells are ringing, can you hear them singing? Let's be free, you and me. That's an intro to the pre-intro to this a song that Cassie inspired. The second intro is Froggy went a cookin'. You might know Froggy went a courtin'. Well, Froggy went a cookin' starts out, oh, Froggy sat in a big soup pot. Froggy sat in a big soup pot. It was nice and cold and not a bit hot. And it has about 5-6 more verses. That was in 2020. The I am healthy and the Froggy goes a cookin', went a cookin'. And in September 2021, in some conversation I was having with Cassie online, probably, I got the idea of Froggy jumpsuits. And I've brought with me some of the art that Cassie drew for me for that song and for some of my other songs, The Language of Flowers. I had 5 songs that celebrated 130 flowers and and herbs. And she illustrated several of them. I never brought it together, not yet. I didn't have enough material. But at any rate, froggy jumpsuits, and I'd like to share that with you. They're in a big rush to get full control, but to keep us in the pot, they gotta go kind of slow. Stage fright. Wow, deep stage fright. Okay, they're in a big rush to get full control. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Each verse ends with, all on a fake foggy morning. Hey, diddle, diddle, where is that cat's fiddle? Where's that cow practicing to jump not a little? How to jump out of this? That pot's a great riddle. All on a fake foggy morning. Come on, dear froggy. Nope. We're making them jumpsuits as fast as we can while dodging bullets from fake government men. It's a race to the finish and catch as catch can, all on a fake foggy morning. Come on, dear froggy, don't go on us all groggy. The water's heating up, your mind's going soggy. They're playing for keeps, and so are we, Snoop Doggy, all on a promising morning. So in the community room afterwards, I've set up a display of some of the sketches that Cassie made for me for froggy jumpsuits and for the flower songs, and I invite you to come look at them.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Oksana, and I know Cassie through Freedom Group that she's been such a big part of, and it's so nice to see so many of you here. And what I loved about Cassie is that I would never hear her complain, and I would never actually knew about any of the problems that she's going through, because that person would show up. And it's a big thing. When you meet another leader like that, who can just show up and create fearlessly, I had so much respect for her because of that. Often we were not in the same spaces, but I will always see, Cassie organized that, Cassie organized this, there is this class, there is this offering. And I'm like, yes, go Cassie. This is so important that we create. And she was just doing it consistently, and I'm like, this is an amazing woman who can just do it. Very inspiring. I'm so glad that so many people showed up today from Freedom Group, because I think she definitely touched all of our hearts, and I really hope that we can be of support for you then. So please, you have a village. Don't forget about that, okay?
Hello, my name's Anthony Luna. I was given the pleasure to meet Cassie one time. We went on a camp trip. It was by far one of the greatest people I've ever met. She was open to doing every activity that we have done for years. She wasn't afraid. There was a river that went down with a bunch of rocks. All of us have rode that river and have been nervous. She jumped on a unicorn floaty and went down fearless. She was not afraid. Also, some of the photos that were in the slides showed that camp trip in particular. We had played a game where we had actually made up years back, where we throw darts and move along as we go to see who the winner is going to be. everybody everybody got through that entire game, and Cassie was the last one, and Dan and I were sitting there with her as she was standing right next to a tree, winding up and throwing it so hard. It's in the slide. It was the best game we've had that camp trip. It was amazing. As for the lullabies that you were singing, the camp lullabies, she would bring the camp lullabies, something that we normally haven't done. So that was something that was definitely Cassie. Also, the creativity. She had spent the end of the trip making bracelet lanyards for her and Dan. She would not give up on how to loosen them and tie them, I guess you would say, tie them to where they wouldn't come undone. She didn't want it to come undone. She wanted to put it on Dan and have it on Dan and also make one for herself as well. So I would like to say that, Cassie, we're going to miss you. All right. And Dan, we love you. All right. Eleanor, love you. Eliza, love you. And thank you very much.
Hello. So yeah, I guess I first met Cassie, through all the, pandemic stuff. And, then, a lot of my time was where, she was having this really hard time, and then she, moved to my house, and some of that was very difficult, but she always had this very, innocence, which sometimes was kind of like a naivete, and she's very stubborn, so sometimes that would be a little difficult, but, she was always this very tapped in, angelic being, and, yeah, I'll just miss her, and, it's hard for a lot of us, and my heart goes out to Daniel and all the family, and, just any support, I think we should support them, and, just remember that, as a community, we don't always realize what's important, and so I just want to focus us back, what's important, is community, and, I think about the times when Cassie and I had conflict, mostly this naivete and stubbornness conversation, combination, and, and I think about some of those, conflicts, and I look at it right now, and I'm like, gosh, that was so dumb, Of course, I was right, but it was also kind of dumb, and I just kind of think, man, it makes me want to approach life a little bit more easily and compassionate, and maybe my little ideas about what's, just or whatever is not as important as having those relationships. And yeah, I just want to reiterate, she was just such a angelic being, I think she was just really tapped into something. And so I really appreciate you, Cassie, and we'll all miss you.
Hi, I'm Crystals. Sorry. I knew Cassie from the Tactical Art Squad, and it was this group that got together every Tuesday and just loved each other and had food and did silly stuff, and there was a lot of laughter, and I don't think I've been part of a group quite like that was just so, we were all struggling and stuff, but there was just so much joy there. And Cassie was a very solid member. She was always there. And there was this one time where she, people were talking about like how she made things special for people. Like, I'm in recovery from alcoholism, and she made this apple something, and it had alcohol in it, and like it burns off or whatever. But I told her like I'm super sensitive to it, and she remembered that and brought me my own, like, I'm like so touched by this, like my own thing, and put a ribbon on it, and that's just who she was. She remembered like little things about people and went out of her way. Like, I would have been fine not having any. It was not that big of a deal, but it was such a profound deal that she remembered me and thought of me. And she also, like, I knew that she struggled with different things, but the way she showed up and was authentic around stuff and was able to hold both the struggle and pain, or however hard things were, but also bring like gratitude and joy and creativity. And I'm really grateful that I got to see her about a month and a half ago and connect with her. And so thank you all for being here.
In traditional Chinese medicine, there is a negative emotion that is connected with every season. And the negative emotion for autumn is grief. And, you know, I could just, everybody here is grieving for Cassie. But the traditional Chinese medicine also has an antidote for every negative emotion. And the fall antidote is courage. And I think that you're going to have, Daniel, you're going to have a lot of courage, and your parents and everybody. We're going to have courage, but it'll show up. It'll be there. It'll come. And it'll come, who knows? Maybe it'll come from Cassie. I hope.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, hi everyone. I don't know what I'm gonna say either, so we'll see. Yeah, so I also know Cassie through Art Squad, Freedom groups, and she was one of the first people I met, my first gathering. She showed up with baked goods, of course. Cassie's my teacher. I was really like feeling that this morning in my breathwork session, my meditation, just how much Cassie has always been my teacher, and we're students and teachers of each other, and we were in life, and she's with me in the teachings now. I feel like both by inspiration, she inspires me so much, like, wow, the courage that girl had, the authenticity, like, she's just unabashed. Like, I keep staring at this photo and all the photos that were on the slideshow, and I'm like, she's just larger than life. You know, and I just larger than life, and like, wow, I could use some of that, you know, and I think we all could. That's just that, yeah. I think about the arc of her life, 32 years, I'm 10 years her elder. She's accomplished more, she's created more, she's birthed more than most people in 80 years, you know. And that gives me a little bit of solace. Remember my dad died, that gave me solace to think, oh, it was earlier than I would have liked, but like there was an arc there. And I hope, even though it's like, wow, she had so much more to live for, and gosh, did everyone want more Cassie, right? It's like, also, wow, she went for it at every turn. She advocated at every turn. She fought with her heart and her full everything at every turn. And I just keep hearing that song. It's actually a song that is playing in my head about someone who died and the message they're sharing with the world to just live life and feel everything. And it's just been like in my head constantly. And there were teachings I couldn't hear from Cassie, hence the fight, you know? Like she had a lot of wisdom, absolutely. And there was some things I was like, I don't want to hear it. And, you know, it seeps in like a good tea, you know? And I've just been, I feel Cassie's spirit so strong. That image you shared of her embrace around the family. I've felt the same thing. And Daniel, I love you. And my other thought has been, thank God these girls have amazing dads, you know, and helpers and like family around and like community, and don't be shy and like reach out, because that was my first thought, is thank God. So, okay, anyone else want to talk? Yeah, thank you.
My name's Susan, and I know Cassie through the Freedom Group, and we bonded because I have a 28-year-old son who is vaccine injured at a very early age, and the CDC calls it autism, but Cassie and I know what it is. And Cassie was our respite provider, and it's me and my son. And Cassie was our family. And Daniel brought us a beautiful notebook computer for Jake, and that was because of Cassie. She just brought so much to my life. And she was the friend who was brutally honest. If you ask Cassie, do these pants make my butt look fat? Cassie would say, yes, they do. Sure. But I was so inspired by her. She was so optimistic, and she had so much faith. She has been through so much. She had so many obstacles and challenges in her life, and she has overcome so much, and she always had faith of a brighter tomorrow, and she had faith in humanity, that we are all going to rise up and be better and build a better world. And she just was so kind and helpful and creative and original and inspiring. We actually decided to be sisters because I'm old enough to be her mother, but we both lacked that in family. So I'm just so blessed to have had her in my life, and my son too. She really was a unique, amazing, inventive, original person, and I'm so glad that her legacy will be carried on by her daughter. She has two beautiful women that she birthed to bring forth her plan to the earth. So we were all blessed to have known Cassie, and the girls are blessed to have an amazing father. I think Cassie picked a wonderful partner. I remember that process. And I'm so glad it worked out. And I pulled into the parking lot, and it was totally full. There were no spaces. I had to go park on the street, and I pulled into the parking lot, and I said, Cassie, look what you did. She was amazing at creating things. So it's wonderful to see you all, and thank you, Daniel, for all that you've done for my family.
Hi, everyone. My name is Monique. I knew Cassie for about 12 years. She and I knew each other like passing moons in the sky. We were in each other's rotations, but we never met very often. I knew her because I dated the guy she dated in high school, but she was never, ever, ever, ever critical of me. She always welcomed me with, from the moment she met me, she welcomed me with a hug and a smile. And that was just who she was. Doesn't matter where you came from, who you were, how she met you, she always welcomed you with a hug. And that's why I'm here, even though we were never really close. I made a promise to her that Eliza was never going to be alone, because I'm always with Debbie and Stan, and so Eliza's never going to be alone because she has a family there too.
It is wonderful to hear so many sides of this person that I didn't get to hear. The experience that I had was with through Art Squad during the COVID pandemic, and I got to meet Eliza and her mom, and it was really cool. We had a lot of really good times, and so Daniel, we're here to help. I have seen this community come out and show up, and the one thing that I learned through that experience is don't be afraid to ask him for what you need. Mm-hmm. But we can't know what you need unless you tell us. Happy to show up. And I think it's great that these people have surrounded themselves with such fine people that I would have never met. And I just think it's really cool to see people come out, stand up, and help out. It's a very uplifting activity. So thank you all.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Robin. I'm from San Francisco, and I want to thank you all for being here. Okay. So I met Cassie on the, hi. I met Cassie on the I-80 bridge when we were doing the actions with the no vax banners hanging over the freeway, and all the cars were honking in support. And that was really exciting, actually, that they were all honking in support of the no vax signs on both directions, actually. And Cassie was just so friendly and so open and so welcoming. And I really didn't know her that well, but I just saw her as just a completely welcoming person, which is, you just remember that. And then my friend Kathy from San Francisco, she used a walker. So she put Eliza in front of her and had Eliza walk the walker with her back and forth on the bridge. And that's what I remember, is Kathy walking Eliza back and forth. While Cassie was being friendly to everyone. And I really didn't know her much beyond that, but to me it says a lot about a person if you remember them that strongly from that few interactions. And I think that means that she touched everyone she met. So thank you for being here.
It looks like we have two more, and then we'll just carry on the stories at the potluck afterwards, okay?
Hi. Cassie was amazing. I remember seeing her a bunch of different places, but I remember the most in Sacramento, one of those freedom events. And she had Eliza, and she had so much joy, and she had stickers for me, freedom stickers. And I just remember the joy and the love of life. That's how I remember Cassie, and I think that's how we all remember her. She loved life. She was so open and loved life. Thanks.
Hello, my name's Ray. I'm part of Unity here, being blessed greatly with the love and the power and the remembrance that we all are divine, that divine within us. I met Daniel and Cassie when they would come in with the children for the Sunday school with Eliza, holding her, supporting her, radiating the love that they are. And it was just an honor to not get to know them personally, but to know that they were in my prayers, in all of our prayers, in support, knowing that the divine plan would unfold for each one of them. And then behold, Eleanor is born and brought forth. And so it was just beautiful to see that they were here to be the love that they are, to radiate that love and to share it. And I said, Thank you, Cassie, for the greatness and love you brought to share and experience during your time with us, as you brought two beautiful daughters to be a light here on earth. Your impact on the lives of others will continue to expand here as you expand in your divine greatness on the other side of eternity. Much gratitude for meeting you, Daniel, and your two angels. Thank you for teaming up with Daniel and bringing the beauty and kindness to our Unity community with you and your two little angels. It's been a blessing to get to meet you four radiant souls here. Carry on in your adventure of beingness on the other side of eternity. You are a dear soul that touched many, and the ripple effect will continue to do the wonders that we can't imagine. Thank you, Cassie. You are love. No question about it. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you all. Be ye blessed.
Thank you, Ray, and Daniel will be our last to share.
Thank you. Well, there's a lot more people out there than when I sat down. I'm not a speaker at all or anything like that. I love the chaos of this whole event. I'm going to add some to it, so Lariah has to follow me around with the camera. Cassie loved the laughter. She loved to laugh. I can share for days all the stories that we shared together. The one memory that sticks out, though, is we did these dates every month. You know, we would switch back and forth. Just plan a special date, special outing. And so that particular day, I was going to take her to a place called Aloha Ice. It's like a shaved ice place, or sorry, a snow cone place. It's fantastic. I remember we got there and we walked in. I showed her what it was. She realized what it was. And she said, she looked at me and said, "This looks great and all, but I thought you were taking me to the buffet place next door." And so we went to the buffet place. And then we went and got shaved ice. There was a picture in one of the slideshow of her. That was one of my favorite pictures of her. And we went home and took a nap because buffet and snow cone and sugar and all that fun stuff. Now, I've never been really a religious person, and Cassie had a Bible in her cabinet thing in her room, whatever we want to call it. And the other day I was putting something in her cabinet. It was a ring Alex had returned to her that he was fixing. And something compelled me to look in that binder, or that Bible. And I flipped through the pages, and at first I thought this message was for me. I found a little card. And I opened it because it was sealed. And on the front it said Serenity, referencing the Serenity Prayer. And I opened the card, and it said, "Dear me/you, I am so sorry. Will you forgive me? Thank you so much. I adore, cherish, and love you. Love, Cassie, even if." At first, I thought that message was for me because, of course, I was thinking, why? And I realize now, seeing all of you here, that message just wasn't for me. It was for all of us to share together. And I can attest that Cassie is here with us in spirit because I had a dream recently where I'm walking down the street leading up to our apartment, It's pouring rain out, and I'm just holding Eleanor. It's a pretty dark dream at first. I think Babsy said it was a shower of emotion. And then the next day, I had the same dream. But this time behind me appeared a warm, bright light. And that tells me that Cassie's here. She's here with us in spirit. And again, I wanted to thank you all for showing up. Cassie would be very happy, even with all the chaos. She would love it, I promise. Thank you so much. Good job, Loriah. Good job.
I've done a lot of these celebrations of life, and I don't think I've ever done one where so many people wanted to share. So I think that's a real testimony to how much Cassie has touched our lives. Daniel chose this reading. The author is unknown. Now that I'm gone, remember me with a smile and laughter. And if you need to cry, cry with your brother or your sister who walks in grief beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something much better than words or sounds. Look for me and the people I've known and loved or helped out in some way. Here you are, and behind the camera, and not able to join us in either place, right? Let me live in your eyes as well as your mind. You can love me the most by letting love live within the embracing circle of your arms. Love does not die, people do. And when all that's left of me is love, give me away as best you can. I'll see you in paradise. So Daniel and Cassie experienced a ritual we have every year here at Unity on New Year's Eve. It's called the Burning Bowl Ritual. And it has a different effect, but in it it's a fire ceremony. And so Daniel had this idea that this was a joining ceremony for them and to make it their own for this particular event. So what we'd like to do is have you take a moment. We're going to have a little bit of a meditation to move into this. And then we're going to write a message to Cassie. When we close our ceremony in here, we'll move to the labyrinth, which is right over here. You can go out either door. And then there'll be a fire burning in the middle of the labyrinth. And by burning your message to Cassie, we're sending it to her. That's our intention with the fire ceremony. So if you didn't receive a piece of paper and a pen, or you need one, please raise your hand. There's also little clipboards in the seat back pockets that have pens attached to them that might be helpful for a hard back to write on. And before you write, we're just going to take a few moments in meditation just to recenter ourselves and if it's possible, to drop even more fully into the heart. So just invite you to take a breath, maybe just to have your paper and pen nearby, just to rest for a moment, taking in that life breath of spirit given from the trees and the plants. And then giving it back. This symbiotic relationship, so similar to the relationship between a mother and child. The giving and the receiving. A constant loop of leaning into each other, of needing each other, and of giving each other life. And so let's just breathe in. We've taken in a lot today, felt many things. Letting it all settle now, like fall leaves falling from a tree to the ground. Making sure that you can feel your feet, perhaps the connection of the soles of your feet and Mother Earth and the support of Mother Earth, support of all the people around you. The life breath support right here. The presence of spirit that shows up in so many different forms and ways and formlessness. And so just a moment of silence to be with your feelings, your breath, your heart. When you're ready, if you haven't done so yet, I invite you to pick your paper up and write your message to Cassie. So as you're finishing that up, I just want to make sure everybody knows there is lunch available after the fire ceremony. So that's straight across, and there's bathrooms on the way. And there also, as you come into the community room, there are 2 cards, and each one is going to be made into a book, one for Eleanor and one for Eliza. So we're inviting you to write on those cards as well and put them in the basket at the community room entrance. I think it's at the entrance. Yeah, or we'll find them. You'll find them. They're in there somewhere. Yeah. So before we walk out to the labyrinth to send our messages to Cassie and to the ethers, we'd like to close out with a song followed by a blessing. The song is called We Rise. And Lisa Snordham Phelps is going to share it with us. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Lisa, music co-director here at Unity, and very honored to be leading this song that Daniel chose. You can join in as you know it. And so grateful, I didn't know Cassie well, so grateful to know her better now. And now I understand why Daniel picked this song. We're hearing about all the love, all the growth. Somebody said rising up. Anyway, you're going to hear all those themes in here. So. we rise, humbly hearted rise, won't be divided, rise, with Spirit to guide us, rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here, in hope, in prayer, we're right here, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here, in hope, in prayer, we're right here, and we rise, all of the children rise, elders with wisdom rise, ancestors surround us, rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here, in hope, in prayer, we're right here, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here, in hope, in prayer, we're right here as we rise up from the wreckage, rise with tears and with courage, rise, loving this life, rise.
So may this song inspire you to rise up in hope and in prayer, to create with love, to connect to beloved community, and to band together for the greater good. We rise for Cassie and to carry on in her spirit as she rose again and again and again in a variety of ways. I invite you to stand as you are able. Stand and rise up with Cassie, for Cassie, for all of us.
Sing it with me if you want. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here as we rise, humbly hearted rise, we won't be divided, rise, with Spirit to guide us, rise, we rise, rise.
We'd like to close with a blessing that we do every Sunday at Unity. Often we use this blessing with our children. Today, and Cassie was often up here with her children, as you heard. Today we'd like to invite you to bless Cassie with us with this Unity blessing. Together, Cassie, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. Thank you so much for your love, your outpouring of love today for Cassie and her family. And we invite you now to go to the labyrinth to release your message to Cassie, and then make your way as you wish to the community room for lunch. Thank you. You were amazing. Yes. Ditto. Daniel, I think so.